So I have been super lazy about getting out here, and other than watering on I want to say it was Friday before the heat wave really kicked in, and then watering again yesterday. And I did a really deep water yesterday. I really haven't been out here and haven't paid attention at all. So something I wanted to highlight is that I do utilize what I have seen called on the internet lazy gardener techniques. Basically, I don't like to weed my garden. I don't like to have to be fussy over it. I don't want to have to water it every single day in a heat wave unless it's 100 degrees and you don't have a choice. So, this is the result of that. First off, my catnip is happy. My forget-me-nots are happy and going to seed, which is great because I actually want them to go to seed right there because I'm going to move those planters and transfer all of these plants to the ground where they're currently at. The morning glory is doing exactly what I want it to. It's starting to cover the deck. Once it blooms, it'll be so much prettier and kind of have that rustic thing going. I really have to get my husband to move that damn trash can. Now, this looks a little messy. There's my lilac kicking it. But my husband only mowed the areas I actually need him to so I can get to my garden and stuff. And I'm really glad he did because unbeknownst to him, it's given me a lot of really cool ideas for the architectural design of what I want to do. Because he's showing me how much space I have that is not needed for yard. And I don't know if you can see it very well in the video because it's really bright out here. But where he mowed is exactly where I needed him to mow. If you look at the fire pit, you can tell it's taller over there. But anywho, we'll get to that in a minute. Still need to do something with this, but at least it's helping the white sage maintain moisture and, not die. Not getting very big, but not dying. I do need to pull it out from over here too, because it is affecting the growth of my valerian. Oh my gosh, can't believe I blanked on that. Oregano is going to seed, and those flowers are super cute. I need to come up here and trim this sucker up because it bloomed this year and has some dead and dying foliage. The dill's going to seed apparently. Lavender's doing great. Forage is doing great. Other lavender's doing great. Salvia, I totally forgot to tie up. I never harvested these, so I'm going to have valerian all over the place next year probably. Oh well. And the borage plant. Oregano, lavender, everything looks pretty happy. Then there's my chives down there that I totally forgot that I planted, and when I was pulling some stray grass out of here, I accidentally grabbed a handful of, so thank God I didn't really screw them up. My two echinaceas are doing good, the lamster's doing good. More catnip over here that's doing good. I'm going to be pulling most of it out and harvesting it so that little borage and my cosmos. And that's a marigold. And the only thing that actually did anything food-wise, I've got a small row of carrots. So, whatever. And apparently my coneflowers are in fact going to be pink. I thought I had a mix, or I just got the luck of the draw and got pink. I don't know. My pepper plants, are doing fantastic. They apparently really enjoyed the watering last night because they are much happier. Though the poblanos had me dying laughing because they have been not happy about the heat no matter how much water I give them. So I don't know if maybe they're just a little more finicky, but I'm used to peppers loving heat, so yeah. Eggplants, 4 of the 6 are kind of mousy, but the 2 that are closest to the tomatillas are doing great. So they're productive enough, that should be fine. I do need to move this tomatilla so it stops trying to block the light on that one. But I also need to do something about the flea beetles because they're kind of wreaking havoc on the smaller ones over here, which is what usually happens. I was hoping I got them out early enough to grow more to where it wouldn't matter, but it is what it is. The purple tomatillas, however, are doing fantastic, and that makes me happy. Excuse me. Bunching onions are doing great. Leeks seem to be doing okay, but they're not growing super fast. Some of my onions are going to seed, probably from the heat. I never did get around to getting out here and harvesting them, so this will be interesting to see how many of them actually bulb out properly. Oh, and I need to get that lettuce before it bolts because it's been hot enough. It's going to super fast bolt. Let's see, we've got... It's not very good. I totally forgot about my peas. So I'd had 2 harvests of them and was able to eat them. But like, I basically forgot they existed. So now I'm just going to use them all for seeds next year because it's a metric ton and they're drying out perfectly on the vine because it is now too warm for them. And I more than got my money's worth out of it. So like, I'm not mad. And then over here with my white zucchinis, I never did go buy cucumber seeds. Oops. But all 3 of the zucchini plants are doing great. The 3 butternuts are doing great. I do have a cucumber that did germinate. Kind of hiding back here, but there's that one. Which one will produce a decent amount, so we'll see how it goes. And then I do have a marigold that did germinate, which kind of surprised me, because I'm pretty sure I did those last year, but whatever. And then on the other side, most of my tomatoes are behaving and curling properly into the trellis as I weave them. That one apparently decided not to. The ground cherries underneath it are doing really, really, really well. And all of the micro tomatoes are doing phenomenally. Ironically, and as is the basil. Oh, I need to come out here and deadhead those. Ironically, even though this is the bed that had the super purple tomatoes in it, they look fantastic. There is no lasting damage, and they are pretty much the same size as these that did not turn as purple, other than the obvious purple basil. And then this micro tomato is the one that just a few weeks ago I grabbed on video because it was just a little twig and I thought it was dead, and it's not. It's part of the reason I like tomatoes. They're pretty resilient. Let's see, all of those are doing great. The lettuce leaf basil, oops, I forgot something with me, finally recovered from whatever was eating it. And then here, last but not least, is these. So my elderberry, it's its 2nd year in the ground, third or 4th year I found it, I think 3rd, and it's covered. Like, there is a metric ton of berries all over it. They're forming, so awesome. Unfortunately, my grapevine's trying to like be friends. I need to do something about that. The grapevine in and of itself is also doing great. It has lots of little clusters, and I'm super happy. So it is a purple grape, so they've got a ways to go, but it's fun. And then this is my last elderberry. Not quite as covered as the other one, but it's also not quite as big. Same age and everything. It's a different cultivar because you're supposed to have 2 different cultivars for them to properly germinate and form fruit. So yeah. And then my fence row real quick. I haven't finished getting it all mulched yet because it's been hot and I've been busy. But I do have my Modernarda bee balm, and then that's another echinacea. These are 2 white scallop squash plants, and I've already got squash forming, so I'm super happy about that because these are one of my favorites. I already harvested the gooseberries, and I got, I think it was 2 quarts? I don't remember. They're in a gallon Ziploc baggie in my freezer at the moment. Orange echinacea is super cute. The lilac is trying to exist back there, but it's being overtaken by some of this Queen Anne's lace because my husband didn't know where it was at and didn't mow this part, so I'm in the process of fixing that because this is where I stopped 2 days ago after when I was working on this. So, see, another gooseberry is fine. The Coreopsis has like quadrupled in size. Like, it is so stinking cute, and the flowers are even a little bit bigger than last year. The azalea is alive. I didn't get the straw all mashed around it like I need to, so it looks pretty wretched at the moment, but it's alive and it's trying, so, you know. Happy gooseberry. Super happy Rosa Sharon, super happy Agastache. Russian sage is alive and growing, but not super impressive. Lamb's ear, and I can't remember if those were snapdragons or if they were zinnias. I think they're zinnias. They're picking, we'll see. They're not doing great. Catmint, Godelia, also known as butterfly weed, Weigela, And then these are the violas, or I mean, excuse me, the pansies that I planted, and then the lampsier. And then back there is supposed to be sage. You can see the little purple on the screen. It's super tiny. And I don't know what happened to them, but they're like not liking something. I watered the crap out of them yesterday, and like there's a lot more green coming back, so I'm hoping that doesn't mean they're dying, because that one is pretty gnarly looking. But it's not dead, and there's new growth, so we'll see. It's a great thing about gardening. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. But eventually that will all be converted. The straw will not stay there permanently. It's just to help kind of get the grass dead so that I can do whatever I decide to do for ground cover, because I'm trying to not use any artificial mulch. Like I'm probably going to do like micro clover and like alyssum and some stuff. And then, let's see here. I'm not going to go over all of it just because there's a lot, and there's a lot of the same thing. The areas that he didn't fully mow, I'm kind of plotting what I'm going to do, because that lilac's going to get huge, so I could do a lot of lower level flowers like the salvia and things, and the forget-me-nots that are over here, and they would be super cute and make it look like a little wildflower meadow, micro meadow. And those little daisies back there would definitely help, because I'm honestly not 100% certain what they are, but they're cute. So I'm not upset. So yeah, we're getting there. Eventually, this will be my little tropical, well, I guess, not tropical, we're in Missouri. But it will be my pretty little garden oasis, and I won't have to worry about it. And we'll have a lot of the noise blocked off. And yeah, it'll be great. Figured I'd add a greenhouse update while we're at it. Still haven't upgraded the dragon fruit spots. Really need to, but they're growing and they're not dying, so whatever. A whole bunch of basil over here that looks super happy. The little tree thingy in the back is an avocado pit that I germinated, and it's happy, so yeah, I upgraded the spot. We'll see what happens. And in the very back is the rest of the flowers that I want to incorporate in the yard. So I've got yarrow, blue lace flower, rose mullein, agastache, snapdragons, pansies, and I had some garlic chives, but they're kind of, I don't know what's going to happen with them. Those in the very front are the bee balm, because for the people that I was going to root some cuttings from, Violence decided she was going to eat them. So after I had 15 of the buggers rooted and damn near ready to go, she destroyed them. So I just said heck with it and sowed some seeds, so might be a little later than I'd intended, but they'll get like a 6-pack of them because I have them, and why not? And then last but not least, because it is almost the end of the growing season and I won't be needing the greenhouse as much, I've been utilizing it because I've started making kombucha. So amazingly enough, it works fantastically for fermentation. So when I make my hot sauces and things later, as I start harvesting, I will be able to ferment it in here safely with controlled environment. So I'm super stoked about that.